Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, love and light. I wanted to share with everybody that it's okay if you find yourself, like I may be finding myself currently, transparent and vulnerable, right? Because there are certain instances, situations, or even direction that you travel that you may not really understand because you're going toward your blind faith, right? You're embracing your desires, your destiny, your inner dreams, and you're pursuing them. And that puts you on a new timeline, a timeline that you're not really also familiar with. And maybe like me, you're not used to um, being vulnerable, right? To situations that you're not completely schooled, educated, or knowledge filled, if you will. Like, I always like to learn what it is that I'm going into or discover the different aspects of every situation when I'm in the middle of it. And when that happens, there's a piece of you that's a little bit vulnerable, right? To the unknown, where you're trusting and you're migrating and you're moving and you're holding your desires, very positive and high, and you're embracing a loving energy, right? Those are all beautiful, transparent movements that you make, right? Maybe without even realizing it, because you're not looking to hide or put a false veil or mislead anyone in the direction in which you're going, because you're looking for your own personal evolution and your own personal growth. And sometimes that puts you in a vulnerable situation. But that doesn't mean like it's a detriment or that it's made to hurt, harm, or hinder. It's actually your catalyst to soar above what could have been a limited perception or a um, outdated belief, right? And that could come in a multitude of forms. It's not like cut and dry. It's not one way or another, because we all live different, individualized, customized, if you will, to our specific plan type existence, right? We all do. And it's okay, because we are all light essences embracing the human existence, which means that we're going to have our own trials and triumphs and challenges and obstacles and achievements, right? And that's going to place us higher in our awareness, right? Where we're seeing more opportunities that appear, that may have once appeared to have been out of reach, to be flowing within your existence, within your energy field. And instead of allowing it to flow right on by, the understanding that we receive when we're in a vulnerable situation will alert us to reach out and grab that. And then instead of letting the illusion of not knowing where we're going, because that whole concept of, blind faith, not have been there before, but really there's a piece of us that has been there before. Our higher consciousness wouldn't direct us in an area that needs to be illuminated if our higher consciousness didn't believe that we could achieve the goal that we didn't even know was going to form on our path. So when we look at things with positivity and upliftment, then it allows us to branch out even further and be able to see all of those things that are flowing toward us or within our energy field that are our blessings waiting for us to resonate with, right? And I find myself in this particular position currently because I put what I thought, or actually I did, I put everything that I had in every endeavor that I was a part of, that I was cultivating, that I was customizing to a benefit that I required at one particular time, which allowed me, in hindsight, to be able to go further today than where I was able to yesterday. Because although my sight isn't refined and at its optimal best, I can see better, and my mind is clearer, and my clarity is sharp, and my discernment is on spot, and my energy is good, and my physical body is healed enough to be able to not take a back seat, but sit adjacent to my physical movement in my destiny, right? So this whole time I've been putting motion and effort, movement, consistent compassion, clear intent, motivation, drive. It's always, given me the opportunity to continue forward even when I felt like my body was tired and my brain was shot. I still gave it my all. And through all of these experiences, I gained more of my physical stability and my form and structure that lets me now focus on clearer sight. Meaning that in the beginning of my journey, I was coming off of parasites, and I was, learning, teaching, reforming through exercise and, continual initiative to get my muscles, my ligaments, and my tendons to respond and not just to lay dormant and keep me in a paralyzed state. But I have better physical mobility, and I've also have better brain thought, right? Not that my brain thought was clouded, but it was stressed, and it was pulled in a multitude of directions, because in order for me to exist before I began my healing journey, it took every ounce of effort, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. I screamed every single day. Now I don't scream as often. And when I do scream, it's because the energy that's inside of me, seems to be trapped, even if I move. And sometimes I need to expel it by sending it away with my words, right? And my conscious thought. And that, could be something that you do too. I'm sure that these techniques have helped many over, the course of time. Some that we do, we just intuitively know. Others, they seem forced, But in the end, it limbers our body, our mind, our soul to where, not that we bend and don't break, but we have the ability to pivot and to change and to migrate forward with clearer, more enhanced vigor, right? Because you've gotten over some of the short backs or the things that you thought, were going to take way more time to, accomplish. And they tend not to take as long as you thought, or the time pass, quickly. And it seems like it was just yesterday when you started, and when you look back at your journey, you're in a much stronger space. But that's just because when we're focused, when we're putting positive motion with clear intent in the direction that we are intuitively led, it seems like it's easy and effortless, even if it was trying and filled with struggle, because the accomplishment at the end is tangibly seen, it's physically felt, it's emotionally uplifting, it's spiritually fulfilling, right? And that's where you get your desire, your motion, your motivation to continue, by seeing progress in what it is that you've been putting your motion and effort into. And when you put positive forward motion in your situation, and progress is exciting, it's celebratory, it's personal achievement, it's spiritual growth, and it also puts you in a better position where you'll be able to handle, to migrate, to understand, to maneuver, and to be balanced within the harmony of the life that you are creating through your current motion. That's staying grounded in your present while cultivating your future. And when you focus in the present on a task, on a learning skill, an adventure, if you will, then you're grounded, because you're in the present moment and you're applying motion, and you're happy and you're excited and you see progress, and it keeps you continuing, right? We all have stories to tell of triumph. And no matter where you are on your journey, no matter how far you've gotten, no matter how far you still need to go, remember, we have every day to perfect our future by embracing our present moment. And we are all young at heart. And if we choose vitality, if we choose prosperity, love, and light, if we choose forward moving progress, not just in our own selves, but also in our environment, in our, mannerisms by how we move, then we've encouraged more positivity and more interconnectivity between more light essences experiencing the same but individual human experience. Every move you make has value. You are worthy to receive, to be recognized, and to resonate with the highest versions of you. We all do. I can't wait to hear your stories. And as I continue my progress, I will certainly share. Whether I trip and fall or I sail straight through, either way, I will definitely make everything visible for you, so that you know that even if you do fall, that getting up and resilience and positive forward motion does equal resilience. And it does equal what you hold deep within you. Your worth. Your light. So shine bright. I say this all the time, but truly, add your light. Mother Earth needs your energy to spread as far and as wide and as positive and as high and as enlightening as you could possibly go. No pressure. Love and light. Choose well. Your future may depend on it. It actually does. All of our futures depend on the choices, the decisions, and the forward motion that we cultivate in our present moment while we manifest our desired tomorrow. Wherever that road may take, enlightenment, enhancing, and positive forward motion will always set us in a higher place, in a very much loving space, right? Love and light. Proud of you.